Well, nothing can undo the barbaric crime or bring back the little 9-year-old girl who was allegedly gang raped and murdered when she went to fetch water. But something can be done to provide some justice to her family. For the fifth straight day, protesters in New Delhi are demanding action against the men accused, which includes a priest. But they also want something bigger, systematic change that will address India's high rates of sexual violence and caste discrimination. The girl killed was a Dalit, the lowest rung in a caste system that was technically abolished decades ago, but is still very much alive. This protest took place in Mumbai last year after a Dalit teenager was attacked and brutally raped and then died of her injuries. And this protest happened in 2019 after a gruesome gang rape and murder. Rights groups say Dalit girls and women are frequently targeted by upper caste men who want to keep them, quote, in their place. They say survivors are usually threatened into staying silent and perpetrators usually escape justice because the system is weighted in their favour. Many Indians are wondering how many more protests it would take, how many more lives have to be lost before something changes. Well, so far, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has remained silent about the 9-year-old girl's case. Well, I'm joined now by Nikita Sonavane, a Dalit feminist and lawyer. She's co-founder of the Criminal Justice and Police Accountability Project, which is a grassroots organisation focused on improving the treatment of marginalised communities. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Lynda. Thank you for having me.
This was a brutal attack on this 9-year-old girl. Day after day, we've seen people coming out to protest what happened. What is the feeling there? Will her family get justice?
I mean, one hopes that they will, and I don't mean to be cynical here, but if history is any indication, we've seen that, time and again, there are women, particularly from marginalized communities, who are sexually violated and murdered as the child in this case. And, more often than not, nothing has come out of the justice system. We've seen laws that around sexual violence that have been formulated around instances of sexual violence, caste-based sexual violence against women from marginalized communities, from oppressed caste groups and indigenous groups. But when it comes to any kind of justice delivery in cases of sexual violence against women from these communities, we've seen really absolutely nothing come out of the justice system.
And when you look at the figures, they're really quite staggering. There is a real failure to protect girls and women in India. 32,000 cases of alleged rape were reported in 2019. That's one rape every 17 minutes, according to India's National Crime Records Bureau. No doubt the real number is much higher than that because so many don't report it. And girls, of course, born into the lower caste system in the Dalit community, your community, are often more likely to be victims, right?
Absolutely. More likely to be victim and more susceptible, of course, and also more likely to be completely, not receive any kind of justice from this system, and also more likely, for cases of violence against women from my community to be completely invisibilized even by the national discourse, right? Because in 2012, when the gang rape happened again in the city of Delhi, which was of a 23-year-old physiotherapist who belonged to an upper caste community, there was a national uproar over it. The government at the time was forced to take cognizance, laws were amended, and as compared to that, we don't see that kind of protest or that kind of outrage around the rape and murder of this child who belongs to the Dalit community. So I think that sort of disparity in outrage and any kind of protest also tells us that the lives of women from these communities are far more dispensable than the lives of others.
And I have to say that this caste system was meant to be abolished years and years ago, yet this discrimination against the Dalit people continues. Dalit actually means oppressed, right? So this is a group that makes up 16% of the population. How are women like yourself speaking out, and is anyone in power listening?
I think our struggle is to really get those in power, and I don't mean just the state. I also mean those who belong to upper caste communities to really take cognizance of the fact that this is sexual violence, but it is also caste-based violence, and that women from oppressed caste communities are at the receiving end of violence that is not just sexual in nature, but one that is derived from the caste system. And I think there is a reluctance to challenge the caste system, to annihilate the institution of caste, as Dr. Ambedkar, who was the architect of the Indian constitution and also belonged to the Dalit community, said there is an absolute reluctance to annihilate this institution of caste, and any investment in dismantling this institution in any way, which is why we've seen this institution not just exist but also flourish, even though the independent Indian state has been around for more than 7 decades.
Yeah. Nikita, Sonavane, we appreciate your time today. We wish you all the best as you continue your work. Thanks so much for your time. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.